Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali and Dr. Z will be here when he is here, but he's coming. I just, if I say it's going to be 6 o'clock, it's going to be 6 o'clock. So we have quite a presentation to put before you and anyone who is listening afterwards. You will be very informed. That I know without even having any idea about what presentation my king has put together ahead of time, so that we can be of assistance to you, family. That is a great joy to both my heart and I know his heart too, even though for him as a brother, it's a warrior calculation. It's a soldier's calculation where you just know without us being healthy, without us having hope, none of us are going to be able to defend ourselves against this global assault that is coming at us from every single level and making many people feel, bit overwrought with it all, where you almost are taking it personally. And it's far more likely to take what they're doing personally if you don't know what you can do as a self-defense in every single regard. So I'm welcoming people coming in, and I don't, and here is Brother Z, Dr. Z, and I'm going to go right on over to his presentation that he put together.
You sharing the screen right now?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not. Actually, I got to go back and share. I know how to do that real quick.
Make that small, man.
Okay. Oh, I just realized that we shouldn't be doing it that way because, I'll put the mic over here. Okay, sorry about that, family. Let me put this to screen share, and then you'll be able to see what we see. Let's see now. Tab, entire screen. They keep changing this. It's so annoying. Okay, there we go. All right. Peace, Sister Gwen V. How you doing,
Peace.
Queen? Good to see you. Okay, let's go right on back and get it started. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay. Less busy.
Peace. With the new year comes, everybody makes 270,000 New Year's resolutions that they plan on keeping in January, but who knows what happens in February. All right. So the thing is that a lot of these resolutions will require you to do something more than just promise yourself. You're going to have to re-educate yourself into a lot of that, away from the, really all you're doing is people trying to break habits. You're trying to replace a bad habit with a good habit. That's ultimately what you're doing. So I got to work out this year. I got to eat better this year. I got to do that this year. You know what I'm saying? 2023, this one I swear I'm going to do it this time.
Right?
You know what I mean? Well,
I mean it.
The key is that, you can mean it, but can you execute it? You can mean it, but can you execute it? Can you access the resources that you have to make this thing come true? A lot of our people are dealing with a lot of weight issues. I know weight is a big issue in our community because a lot of us are way overweight, all right, and don't know how to get rid of it. Tried every fad, keto, reto, What's the other fad? All these type of fad
I
diets.
don't know. I
I
don't pay attention. I just hear about them,
got
secondhand.
fad diets up the wazoo. Alkaline, electric, vegan, vegetarian, keto, Atkins diet, eat right for your blood type. What else we got? Well, we got paleo diet.
Oh
All right.
yeah, right.
Mediterranean diet.
Right.
What else we got? We got the junk food diet.
Yeah. Grapefruit diet.
Yeah, exactly. Or the fruit. Or you got a fruitarian. That's right. You got
Yes,
fruitarians. You got
yes.
aeritarians.
And breatharians.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So how you gonna get there? And what's best for you? That's what this is about. We're just gonna try to jump right into this to make that change. We focusing on diet, but this can be applied to most any change you're trying to make. Tell the truth. All right. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your diet and improving things in your life, we have always been responsible for doing these things for ourselves. All right. Right now, if you see it, they got the hieroglyphic. We got the brother, basically a chemist. You know what I'm saying? Up there putting together what he got to put together, because we always had doctors, we had ministers, we had scientists. All right. We had our own everything. All right. All that nonsense they have on TV about, you find a village of people and somebody's sick, and all of a sudden some white boy, some European coming with the cure, like, I can cure it. That's bull crap.
He's gonna die without this
That's
medicine.
bull crap. So you trying to say these people been here for thousands of years and never learned how to do no healing? We waiting for this white boy to come to help save us. Then they should not exist at that point. Then
and
they should perish from all existence if they weren't able to heal themselves for thousands of years before the white boy arrived.
And it seems statistically everybody's getting sicker faster.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about, I'm like talking about these movies and stuff. They show you how the white man always got the hands. I'm gonna come save your village from me. I'm gonna come save your village from the damage that I have already put in.
He would do
all right. My point is that you've always had a methodology for healing yourself. Always. All right. No outsider came and taught you how to eat. Nobody outside came and gave you a diet, a paleo diet or measurement. No, you analyzed yourself. Right? You analyzed the response to foods, and you put together a meal plan or a health plan based on that. The white boy would call that the Ebers papyrus. There's a bunch of those papyrus they found. They have action in Kemet. These are actually healing modalities that they had written down. It's called the Ebers papyrus. You can find that online. You can look it up and read the papyrus. In other words, we already had a system in place. We didn't need we had a medical system in place already. Right? The question is, what happened to it? All right? What happened to it next? And if you don't, did you go too fast? No. Yeah. What happened to it? Right? Because if you're not handling it, this is where you're going to be at. You're going to be behind the white sheet. All right? Look at them. Look at the sisters looking on like, ooh, what's going on? Like they don't have no medical system. Like they don't already see. This is misleading because they're trying to act like our people didn't already have a healing modality. All right? We had a healing modality even under what you would call slavery, which you know was just genocide and denationalization. Mm-hmm. We had a healing modalities then. And the Europeans were using us as their doctor's assistants because we were so good. We were so good they had to outlaw it in some states that you couldn't have Negro doctor assistants no more. Because who else is going to go out and know which root does what and blah, blah, blah? Because there was no pharmaceutical industry like you know today.
And based on
it was all based on herbology, basically, and some primitive stuff they got. A lot of primitive stuff they got from Europe, the cut/burn too. But a lot of the potions or the point they made were from herbs. They were using turpentine. They were using hawthorn berry. They were using cloves. They were using
chicken
St. John the Conqueror. No.
But they would add that too.
Maybe St. John's the Conqueror. We were using wow, monk. We were using all type every herb you can think of.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them. And
I'm talking about the assistants they would have. These were actually black doctors. They called them assistants to these white doctors. All right, but these were the guys that were finding the herbs, putting them together, showing the crackers how it's done because we already had a healing modality they didn't have no knowledge of. That's the point I'm trying to make. Whether you are Geechee or Choctaw or you are Seminole, whatever, we already had. And of course, all these terms were given to us. Those aren't our terms. We didn't call ourselves those things. All right. We've taken them on as our terms, but they were not. We had tribal names and things like that before that. All right. But the point I'm trying to make is if you don't handle this thing for yourself, somebody else will. And where you going to end up? Right there. Another white sheet on top of you. You know what I'm saying? They use the white sheet to cut you up, and they use the white sheet to cover your dead body. Because their answer to damn near everything is going to be surgery. And surgery is not the answer to the problems caused by poor diet. All right? You can stay there. You can stay there. When you're dealing with diet, we're talking about a culture. All right? Diet is culture. The diet is designed to help you execute your culture. Understand what I'm saying? The diet ain't for the joy of eating. Like a lot of people going around, they caught in this joy of eating. Oh, I gotta eat this and I gotta eat that and I gotta try this. I gotta try that. And I gotta go all over the world and eat. Like yes, that's cool. But that's not what the diet is for. The diet is for to help give you the nutrition needed to extend your life so you can be around to raise your family and expand your culture and your possessions militarily, economically, and as far as land. That's what your diet is to do for you. But since we don't have a diet like that, we're going to end up under the white sheets. We end up in the doctors dealing with the European doctors, the hospitals, because we want to have a diet, but we don't want to take charge of our health. All right? You have to take charge of your health. All right? We have to take charge of our health again because the way we're doing it is totally wrong. All right? This is the beginning of the end. Right here. This was late 1800s. This guy is Dr. Marion Sims, and he was using our women to develop the craft of gynecology, basically.
And this painting is so benign.
Oh yeah, this was just this is a whole series of paintings that this guy did about the history of medicine, of European medicine, basically of medicine in general. And they're all styled. You know how they do the art. The art does not the art they show you does not represent the conditions. It's all stylized and romanticized. All right. So this is definitely a romanticized picture. Because trust and believe, this would have been blood all over the place, screaming. Mm-hmm. Oh, that came next. All right. But the key is if you don't take charge of your health, who's going to do it? You put it in the hands of somebody else who does not have your culture or your interests at heart. And a lot of our sickness and disease is because of our poor dietary choices. All right. So if you are listening right now, you have to ask yourself, do I suffer from constipation? Do I have fatigue? Do I have poor circulation, gas, headache, lowered immunity, puffy skin, nausea? All right. Personality changes, dizziness, brain fog, offensive breath, bad taste. These are all signs of internal toxicity. And what are the diseases associated with toxicity? That surgery can't help you with acne, fibroids, fibrocystic breast, allergies, cataracts, psoriasis, colitis, ulcer, gastritis, eczema, kidney stones, hemorrhoids, premenstrual syndromes, arthritis, gallstones, arteriosclerosis, heavy metal accumulation, hypertension, boils, and obesity. These diseases and these toxicities are all related to our diet as well as our environment, of course. But I will tell you 90% of that is your diet. Because trust me, the heavy metals are in the food. All right. Mm-hmm. The heavy metals are in the food. All right. So that's the only thing they would say. Well, that's environmental, but that's in your food already. That's how toxic the environments that your food is being produced in are.
And I would say it's not accidental because when it comes to the heavy metals is also radiation. Yeah. And when it comes to that, they're not saying word. And they're actually increasing the levels in the world's food stream.
Permissible levels, yeah.
Yes. So, and not just permissible levels, they're not issuing any more alerts whatsoever. So that's not accidental.
Mhm.
That's not, oh, it's just environmental problems.
Yeah.
No, it's genocide.
Yeah, but like I said, yes, and these are clear signs that you need to make that change. All right. A lot of you already know that. That's why you're going to, I'm going to change this. Lord have mercy. I'm going to do something different. And Lord have mercy. You do have to do something different, because you'd be surprised how many of our people out here suffer from those symptoms of internal toxicity on a daily basis. All right. I can put the numbers in over 50%. I can guarantee you. Actually, it's probably 75% or 80% that's going to suffer from some degree of constipation, fatigue, poor circulation, headache, gas. It's like every day for a lot of people. All right. So these are all diet related. So what's the problem? What can we do about this? You got to change the way you think. You have to change what you think about food. You have to change the way you think about yourself. You got to change the way you relate to your environment, literally. Because the change that you need to make are going to be the things that's going to help you get over this hump. But you can't go into a new way of living without a new way of thinking. And so, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the first way to bring about something new is to change the way of thinking of the people. When you have removed from the people their old mindset, the white man going to do everything for me. All right. And that idea, then you can insert new ideas in your mind. Their minds like, I don't need them. All the power I need to change my life is in my hands already. This is done by the old being attracted to a new way of thinking, of teaching, a new school of learning to condition their minds to that thing you are about to present to them that is altogether new and different from what they have been accustomed to. You're accustomed to sickness, we're going to introduce you to health. You're accustomed to slavery, we're going to introduce you to freedom. All right? You're accustomed to going to the European for everything, we're going to make you used to them coming to you for everything, like they used to, because they didn't know nothing. They had to come to you for everything. All right? They didn't know how to save themselves. They had to come to you. All right? That's what you have to get in your head. That, there's got to be a change now for us to make this thing happen. When it happens and when the change kicks in, you will be free of those bonds that are adhering you to this helplessness that people are dealing with. A lot of people are very helpless when it comes to their health. They feel helpless, can't do nothing. They slaves to this. They can't stop the cravings. All right. There's a whole lot of things going on biochemically in you, as well as social conditioning that you're dealing with. It's not one thing. Yes.
And they built up healing and even your own body as if it's a mystery to you when it's the only body you're ever going to have. And actually the functioning of it and healthy, that's one of the things I've discovered is it is so doable. Once you move slowly towards that, you're going to enjoy that health so much.
Yes, and the secret is that, your mind controls all of this. Your mind controls all of this. Your mind controls your perspective on the world. Your mind controls how you deal with stress. Your mind controls how you deal with adversity. The mind controls how you heal your body, believe it or not. The mind controls what you let into your body to cause damage. The mind can stop the damage, reverse it. Right? But you have to get into a new way of thinking that's not allowed in this society. Literally, it's not allowed because it ain't no good for business. Literally, it's not no good for business. That's one reason. It's the main reason it's not allowed. All right. So let's find out where you are. This is where you are. You are here. You see where the sun is at? Right over here. This is the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. That's the galactic core, which is really just what do you call it? A black hole. They got it white here. That's wrong. All right. And this is you. You're on the local spur. This is the local spur arm you're on. And it takes you 25,000 years to make a circuit around this galactic core. Sagittarius A is called, which is a black hole, which is a singularity, which means they don't know what it is. So this is you. But you have to understand, this is spinning you. All right. This is spinning your sun. This is why you have light. This is why you have air. This is why you have tree. This is why all this energy here is encouraging, is spreading, is shared here. You're connected. Your sun and your earth is connected all the way over here. And you are also connected to this power here. But the problem is you don't know you're connected to this power here, so you can't use it. All right? You got a power to spin a galaxy that you are connected to, that you have access to. All right? Now, this is the earth. That is the galaxy, all right? You notice the swirling, the spinning? That is a two-dimensional version of it. This is the three-dimensional version of it. All right? This shows you the electromagnetic field of the earth. Now, this one is showing you how the electromagnetic field of the galactic core has an effect on everything else in the galaxy. All right? They're not showing you the magnetic field, but this you're showing you the results of the magnetic field. That's the spin. See? That's the power of the magnetic field. And of course, it's 3D. It's not flat like that. So it's going to be more like this. See? The earth has a gravitational field, a magnetic field also. And that magnetic field is also to protect it from the environment of space and protect you. And they attenuate or process the energy from the sun and the galactic core into your body via sunlight and your melanin. All right. This is how you are empowered. Sunlight attenuated through this magnetic field and through the core, the blackness of your melanin, which is, and this energy goes through the blackness of space. Damn. From the blackness, from blackness, all this black stuff around here, that's not nothing. That's black melanin gas that the universe is embedded with. This is what everything came from. There's no such thing as nothing in this universe. All this black is energy and communications and vibrations and radiations traveling back and forth and having an effect on everything around it.
And they call it plasma.
Yeah, they call it gluon plasma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it gluon plasma. Yeah, gluon, right? Black. That black plasma also affects this earth and all the planets, because all planets are sentient. They all are communicating back and forth with this galactic core, Sagittarius A, this black hole. All right. Now look at this. This is from Kemet, right? I am none, the sole one, without equal. That is where I, atom, ete atom, came into being on this great occasion of my floating when I came into being. I am he who flew up, who came into being, who is in his egg. I'm in my egg. Now, the baby's placenta is the baby's egg. Mm-hmm. The placenta don't come from the mother. That comes from the baby. All right. I am the one who began therein, the none, and see the and see. Something got cut off here. Oh, okay. The chaos got the chaos. See the chaos. Gods came out of me. See, I am hell. I brought my power into being through my power. I am the one who made myself, and I form myself at my will according to my desire. Think about that. See, this goes back to theology, a time when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was trying to tell us how God created himself out of this triple darkness that you call black. All right. This is in the coffin text. The same type of ideology comes out of the coffin text.
What's the coffin text?
The coffin text. Yeah, look that up. This is some these were actually verses that were written on some of the quote unquote coffins, and they found in these pyramids. That's why they call them the coffin text. That's Utterance 714. Okay. There's hundreds of, I think there's almost thousands of them, really. All right, now this represents the triple darkness. See this? That black, and that green all represents that gluon plasma. All right, that dark melanin gas. So blue, black, and green all represent that black, that carbon, that melanin. All right, so even back then they knew about this connection with the galactic core, with the space, with what you call space. All right. See, you are connected to this power But you can't get that power or use that magnetic field because every single atom also has a magnetic field. Every atom in your body has a magnetic field, just like the Earth. See? The Earth moves. Every atom in your body moves.
Mm.
You can't move, you can't tell, because you have a solid form, but you're moving, you're vibrating. That's how you're alive. When they stop moving and vibrating, that's death, that's decay is set in. All right. So everything moves inside of you. It's generating energy, it's collecting information, it's communicating back and forth. All right. But you messed that up because you're in somebody else's kitchen. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. We're just talking about diet today, but there's more to this than this stuff, all right?
It reminds me of a turbine, which you use to generate electricity by propelling it around and around. So this is, as you say, it's a communication,
no doubt,
toward a force, because it is creating a whole effluence that just generates out and about every single where.
It's channeling energy from here. It's channeling energy. Your atoms channel energy from this black hole. I gotta get this galactic core, believe it or not. You're channeling energy from there. It communicates from you all the way here to your very cells. That's why that sunlight is so important. All right. That's why that diet is so important. That's why proper vibration, proper sound around you is so important. All right. Because you will be tuning your cell. You'll be tuning your very atoms into the frequency they're supposed to be in to work optimally. All right. When you in somebody else's diet, eating somebody else's food, thinking somebody else's thoughts, your vibration is off. So you're going to be prone to dis-ease. All right. It's going to break down. It's going to cause miscommunication here. You're going to have miscommunication. And miscommunication in the body is just disease. That's all it is. Miscommunication in the body is what you would call disease. In other words, something ain't right in here and it's messing up my flow. So it's got to go. So what I get snotty. I start coughing because something's not right. So it has to come. The body wants to purge it out. All right. But the problem is that you're taking in so much toxin so often that the body no longer has the ability to purge it out properly because the system that it uses for the purge has been suppressed by the very diet that you are utilizing. All right. You can bog something down with waste. If you put too much waste in your toilet ain't going to work no more. All right. The toilet filled up with waste, it ain't going to flush no more. Right. You go down there and take a 2-hour joint. You can clog up your toilet. So it's not flushable no more.
See, that is the portion of it that I'm always like, this is just real basic and they got us spooked out. So we think the only way we can be healthy is trusting on them. It's an addiction.
Absolutely.
To them.
Absolutely. And there's a silly way of thinking.
Yeah.
But we have a simple way of thinking. Simple and precise and designed for us because it's holistic. It's not in a vacuum. This is how we think. We think from here down to the atom and backwards again.
Whereas because when you were talking about their culture, the food for them should almost be poison because their culture is handling a disease state.
Yes. Yes, because genetically they're diseased because they are weak and wicked. Genetically. Right? I'm not even talking about morals. I'm talking about genetics. They're weak. And wicked means what? Prone to. What's the wicked? Crooked. Wicked. Crooked. Prone to failure.
Okay, I didn't know there's a lot of words.
I'm just saying, that's all wicked is. Prone to failure. Corrupt. Your genetic code is corrupted. It's weak and wicked. It's corrupted. So it's not functioning right. So you have OCD. You have all these genetic damage. You got a rare disease every time you come out. Somebody else got a rare disease. Because on a genetic level, you're not vibrating properly. So you have miscommunication. And you can't get to there because you don't have a community. You don't even have a relationship with this here sun over here. You don't have a healthy relationship with this sun. There ain't no way you're going to get no energy from there.
Mm.
So you're dealing with an isolated individual thinking because they're isolated genetically and galactically, they're isolated.
Mm.
That's why their thinking is isolated. They teach you to think isolated and broken and separate.
So in a way, they're just not natural to existence itself then.
They're aberration.
Aberration.
They're a mutation.
Right.
Mutation means to cut off, to mute, to cut down, cut off, right?
Mm.
I've muted your potential. You are a mutation. We've muted your potential. That means we've cut you off from your full potential. You've been muted.
Mm.
All right?
Right.
You still can do things. You can still, you look like you're on, but you're mute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, you're not communicating.
Mm.
See, you're not communicating because you're mute to this energy. You don't have the right melanin.
Mm.
You got the Feo melanin. You ain't got the EU.
Mm.
All right? Sorry, ain't nothing personal.
I know. That's what
All right.
I recognize.
Ain't nothing personal.
Yeah.
All right? So let's go down to this digestive system. I'm trying to move quick because really, this is for our class. Really, a lot of stuff we go over in our class in more detail. I'm just trying to give you an idea, like why you're not hitting your goals, because you're not connected to the right source. That's the main reason you're not hitting your goals. You're not correct. I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about intellectually, spiritually. You're not connected to the right source. So everything you're getting is disjointed. You're not living up to your full potential because you're trying to live up to the potential of somebody who can't live up to that potential. So it's like you screwed. All right. So going back to this food, this digestive system, this beautiful digestive system has many parts. All right. You got the larynx, you got the esophagus, you got the small intestine, large intestine, cecal valve, the anus, the rectum, you got the gallbladder, you got the pancreas. Look, all these things are working together in symmetry to keep you in nutrition. All right. And when you have to understand, when one of these things is not working optimally, the others have to work harder. So if your liver's not working right, that's going to mean that you're going to be overloaded with toxins. That means your kidneys are going to be overloaded. All right. Your lungs not working right. That means your heart is not working right, because your lungs and your heart are directly connected. You're not absorbing nutrition over here. That means you're going to be overloaded here in your large intestine. You're not absorbing nutrition in here in the small intestine. That means that's got to go somewhere. So it's going to go through your large intestine, or they call leaky gut, permeate that wall, those toxins, and saturate itself all the way around this area, this whole toxic area. And you're going to be loaded with so much toxin, you're going to start thinking you sexually excited. No, you poisoned. You know what I'm saying? You're not horny. You're toxic. Because all these toxins right here will stimulate you sexually. And you start thinking you're horny because you're like an animal now, because you're just responding to the toxins now. See, that's the secret. They don't tell you that.
First time I've ever heard that.
They don't tell you that. Yeah, they don't tell you that. Yeah, but that's what's going on. Toxins, not sexy. You loaded with toxins. All right, those are your worms and bacteria getting you excited.
I thought when you eat denutritionalized food, it leads to impotency.
Oh, it can, but that don't mean you don't. No, I'm not saying this. This has nothing to do with your ability to perform. It's going to stimulate that area and make you feel like you want to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So I say you feel horny. I didn't say you could do nothing about it. I mean, you can use it.
Oh.
But a lot of times you won't use it for long. Because you're right, the nutrition's not there. So something's going to be malfunctioning anyway.
Okay.
So blood flow might not be right. All these things, but you will be stimulated by that waste.
Okay.
Because that waste, remember, every atom in your body moves, so does this waste be moving. Because it's filled it's alive with pathogens and worms and bacteria and growth and gas growing up in there. Oh boy. Yes, boy. Anatomy and physiology is undefeated, fam. All right. So in other words, we want to make sure that we are able to digest properly. All right. And if we eat the wrong diet, we will not be able to digest food properly. Because digestion is only about breaking it down, catabolizing, breaking things down to smaller and smaller particles so that you can get it into your small intestines. These enterocytes and tripeptides and dipeptides and broken down to amino acids, which are absorbed into the blood. That's where you're trying to go. All right. Not chicken, not eggs. No, enterocytes, tripeptides, dipeptides, not ham and eggs.
Right.
See that? That's not what goes into your bloodstream. All right. Only what your blood, what you can use to feed your cell goes into your bloodstream. Everything else goes out as waste. All right.
If it can.
If it can. That's another story. So the key is you want it to work for your body to work optimally. It has to be able to break things down, catabolize the food into smaller and smaller portions for their absorption into the small intestine and into your bloodstream as nutrition, right? So now you're talking about nutrient absorption. Now this picture over here is your villi inside your small intestine. These villi are what these dipeptides and tripeptides are being absorbed into. All right. Yeah, this is science class. This is science class, man. We ain't just talking about eating, right? We're going to show you what's going on so you can correct it. All right. Now, if you look over here in this chart, it shows different parts of the body will absorb different nutrition, supposedly. All right. If your body is working optimally, this is what you should be able to get out of each part of that digestive process. The problem is that a lot of us have these little villi over here are covered in slime because we did not choose the right foods or digest the right foods. Therefore, they are indigestible. They turn into a paste that lines your villi. That's what pasta does. Pasta is a toxin. Any pasta is going to line your villi with this plaster, this waste, this mucus that's going to block your nutrient absorption, and you want to suffer from malabsorption issues. And you will increase your toxicity. All right? So your job is to choose the foods that will properly be catabolized and changed into the nutrition that your body needs to fulfill it. Now, when you do that, your fat problems will go away. Your headaches will go away. Your gas will go away. Your high blood pressure, you'll start working on. Your diabetes, all these things will start waning because you have managed to clean up the main source of nutrient absorption. Most of us don't have proper nutrient absorption. That's why we are mostly in disease states, because we are suffering from, we're big and fat and suffering from malnutrition. Because all our nutrient absorption areas are covered in plaque that you can't get out. That's why your gut is so big, because that's plaque and that's waste. All right. See, this is an artery or a vein. See? It's supposed to be like on the left-hand side. But the milk, the cheese, the improper masticating, all right, the chicken, the fried chicken, the French fries, the pasta, it does the same thing to your veins as it's doing to the villi in your small intestine, because it's not being digested and it's backing up and it's starting to clog, it's starting to go into the bloodstream and clog up your very veins and arteries, let alone the capillaries. The capillaries are the very, very fine blood vessels that are in your fingers and your toes and stuff like that. That's why if you have diabetes, they get clogged up and they start cutting off your toes and your fingers because there's no circulation down there, and those parts of the body starve of oxygen and die from lack of blood flow. All right. That is constipation. Got it? You're suffering from constipation. Most of your diseases are diseases of consistent, that means constipation, consistent impaction. Consistent, that means you stay clogged up. You stay clogged up.
Oh, I wanted to add to what you're saying. Hope
What?
you don't mind that also in not getting enough nutrition, your body is robbing all of those minerals.
Absolutely, because they're gonna take
And
them somewhere.
They're going to take, and it will take it even from your blood network, from the walls, so that they become more brittle.
Your bones too.
Your bones.
It takes calcium. It takes it from your teeth. That's why your teeth start falling. All these things are going on because you're suffering malnutrition.
Right.
Because you're eating food that the body thinks is going. You're eating waste. You're eating wheat flour.
Mm.
You're eating fried chicken, fried fish.
Mm.
All right. All types of different breads. All right. Potato chips. All right. Pasta all over the place. This sauce, that. All that stuff is not being catabolized and digested.
Oftentimes I've been recognizing that what people equate with old age is actually the long-term symptoms of having never really had
starvation.
Starvation.
Yes,
long-term
starvation.
symptoms.
Starvation, slowly but surely. Because you have begun, when you don't get the nutrients from the food, the body begins to eat itself. So you start getting the hunchback, you start getting the weak bones, the body starts leaching the minerals from itself because the body wants to live and it's going to try to bring stuff from wherever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's intelligent,
Right.
but we're not. So we're not giving it the stuff it needs to work properly. So since we're not getting what it needs to work properly, it's miscommunicating and starts eating itself. They call those autoimmune diseases. Why is the body fighting itself?
It's eating itself. It's attacking itself.
Rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is supposed to be autoimmune. If I look up, I got a list of the things they call autoimmune diseases. It'll make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because most of this stuff is related to our bad diets. All right. It's like, what? Get out of here. But constipation is what you get. You're full of crap. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem.
Hardened crap.
You're full of it. It's impacted in you.
Yeah.
It's impacting your capillaries. It's impacting your veins. It's impacting your arteries. Right? Consistent impaction. Constipation. All right? The body don't lie. All right? Since you're trying to eat over here in the carnivore section, when you ain't got nothing, you don't have paws, you don't have big fangs, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a short intestinal system. You don't have hydrochloric acid enough to break down bones and fur. You can't digest bones and fur. You can't digest that stuff.
But I don't eat bones and fur.
But
the carnivores do.
The carnivores do. All right? You're over here at the other end. Well, that's not a human. That's another story. But yeah, you're over in this end. All right? I couldn't find a black person.
You should change the it's like superimpose on that.
Mankind. That should say mankind. Kind of man. Yeah, but anyway, you don't have all of that. You have a very long intestine. You have a digestive tract over 3 times the length of your body. That means you don't need meat, which will putrefy in hours inside of your gut. That's why you have so much gas. You're eating milk, you're eating bread and meat together in a sandwich, which is going to produce fermentation. They don't even digest at the same rate. There's a conflict right there. It's going to cause all types of gastrointestinal. You wonder why everybody got IBS and colitis. And they got all different, and white folks got 27 different terms for indigestion. You know what I'm saying? GERD. Oh, you ain't eating right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, because that's how I know you eat like a white boy, because the white people are known for their digestive problems. Because it's not their fault, but based on their cave dwelling and they're being forced to eat stuff that weren't really edible, they've suffered for that.
And they've made a tradition out of it.
Exactly. They made a tradition out of it. All right. That's another class. We can talk that. Like I said, I didn't want to do nothing long because really, we talk for. I could do this for like 3 hours easy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no sweat. Day. All right. So this is what I'm trying to say. So this is the point I'm trying to make. Ultimately, you need to go to my website, 25,000yearcycle.com.net, and look up go to my blog and look up the foods you should eat and the foods you shouldn't eat. All right, that's what you need to do. Look at the food you should eat and the food you shouldn't eat. That will help get you on your journey to maintaining, losing all that extra fat. Number one, cleaning out your gut. Number two, all right, bringing nutrition back into your body. All right, you're going to have to do this, but you're going to have to also do something. I have what's called the GI Suite, intestinal cleanser. You're going to have to get that. You're going to have to clean your guts out. See, I have something to help you clean your guts out so you can start getting some nutrition in there.
And then you can more quickly start remedying
exactly
these toxic
exactly.
symptoms.
Because just doing the food is great, but that's not going to clean the plaque out of your epithelial cells.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to do that. You're going to have to get something that's going to go in there and kill the pathogens, because I got something there to get those worms out of you. And I got the bulk in there to move the waste out of you. And I got to add something in there to agitate the intestines so you can get that peristalsis going, because a lot of times your peristalsis is like low. That's why another reason you stay constipated, because the peristalsis in the intestines is very low.
And what about, does that also contribute to gas? Because a lot
of
people
course,
get that
gas.
heartburn.
If it's sticking around and it's ferment, this gas is going to go out your ass or through your gut. It's going to come somewhere.
Wow.
A lot of the heartburn and stuff is because you mix the wrong foods. Your food combining is poor. And so you're producing gas by putting certain foods together. That's going to produce gas even in the gut, in your stomach. It's already going to be acid in your stomach and even more acid in your duodenum. But when it doesn't, when you got the wrong food combination, they digest at different rates. There's going to be indigestion. That's going to be sludge in your blood, sludge in your veins, and there we go again, constipation. Right. All right. So you get this GI cleanse right here. All right. That's what you start with, and then you will move into something like if you have what would I say? You got blood cleansing issues. We got the royal blood for that. You got problems with erection. The black man, you got problems with prostate, erectile dysfunction. We got the black wood for that. Woman, you got womb problems. You suffer from PMS all the time. All right. You are hemorrhaging for 7 days out of the month. Your period should not be 7 days of heavy flow. All right. That is sick. You're in a disease state. All right. Your body is all off. That's why we have the womb. We have to help you with the fibroids also. That's why we have the womb. What's that name of that? What's this?
Oh, I can't see that.
Yeah. The womb, right? Yeah, the womb.
Uterine restoration.
Yeah, the womb, uterine restoration. Exactly. I got some of these names I can't even remember. I got so much stuff here, right? And we also have the which really awesome is for you the D3, because a lot of you not getting enough sunlight or the proper sunlight, especially with the Northeast. You need the D3. The D3 is going to help strengthen your immune system. It's going to help strengthen your bones. It's going to help you with your DNA methylation. That means it's going to help make the genes do what they're supposed to do and stop miscommunicating.
And one of the things about your D3 is it's not coming from cows.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah. No, I don't have nothing coming from no cows. You're not a cow. We don't do, that's nitrogen. We don't do nitrogen and methane. Why would that? Those are toxins to us. We don't use those things. All right. So the key is get on the food list. Go to 25000yearcycle.net. Go to the blog. Read the food list. Meats you can eat. If you want to eat meat, I have meats that you can eat. Look at the list. All right. But you're going to have to get rid of the dairy. This one has to go. The dairy has to go. Absolutely. The farm animals have to go immediately. All right. The broccoli, the kale, the what's
red
that?
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Yeah, you can steam a cabbage if you have to. Okay. But some of the real goitrogens, the broccoli, the kale, what's that? Collard greens. Those things got to go. That farm food got to go. Sorry to tell you. All right. Wheat. No wheat.
Anything with 10-syllable ingredients.
Yeah, all that stuff like that.
Foods,
if you get the list, you'll see what I'm talking about, because they're flax seeds. We don't mess with those.
Yeah,
all right?
That's true. I gave up.
You don't want to be messing with these things because they have a deleterious effect on your hormonal balance.
What was that word that you called it? I forgot. It was it creates
aromatase.
Aromatase.
Okay. Yes. So you don't want the aromatase is going to give you a carcinogenic form of estrogen called estradiol, which is a problem.
Estradiol, that's the word.
Which is
I
a
was
problem
looking
for you. Yeah, you don't want
Right.
estradiol.
What is estradiol?
Estradiol is a carcinogenic estrogen. There's good estrogen and there's bad estrogen that comes from bad diet. See, you've been looking at the Europeans. They like estradiol, but they not you.
Right.
Right?
They're nitrogen based.
Exactly. They're not you.
Yeah.
Maybe they can deal with it, but actually they're not even dealing with it. Look at them. They're sicker than everybody else.
Right.
So even they don't need to be dealing with that. But I'm telling you, letting you know, you can't deal with that. All our food is carbon based, if you want to call it that.
I know, because it's absolutely ridiculous. I know there's been
All food is carbon based, but real melanotropic carbon based. Put it like that.
Yeah, there's been an upsurge in the amount of athletes dying, especially amongst Black us. It's terrible. But at the same time, overall, I'm looking at these evil friggin' white people at the top of the evil chain, living to be 90-something years old. And even the actors and actresses. And then I'll see us and we're, died at 73. Okay, maybe that's all right. But I'm like, no, we used to live longer.
Well, actually, we used to live hundreds of years. And the Europeans have records. I got to pull up I have the documentation. I got to pull it out.
Oh, okay.
When I do my class, I'll deal with that. You know what I mean? But we was up there 100, 150. 175.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because
that's why the European thought we had an oral, like we didn't write, because we had an oral tradition. He said, no. We ain't got to write because great-great-grandma's still around and tell me what happened back then.
Like it was yesterday.
Exactly. That's the difference. See?
Right.
You can't go see great-great-grandma because she's dead here. She's been dead for 100 years now. Back then, great-great-grandma was still alive.
Wow.
So you can ask her about what happened. See, they messed up your whole sense of time. This culture has destroyed your whole sense of time. You think 40 years ago was a long time ago. Right. See, because they've destroyed us in so many ways.
Yes, because I'm like, I feel so freaking vital.
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm going to be leaving anytime for, I don't even feel like I've reached half of my lifespan.
Hey, well, like I said, it depends on how much damage you did early, because God forgives, but nature does not. If I may use a turn of phrase.
That's the truth.
Yeah, right?
Thank you.
Because I know, but God is nature. So I mean, it's just a turn of phrase.
Right.
So in other words, God don't forgive like that. Not like this ain't no Christian, this ain't no religious thing. God don't forgive like you think he forgive.
And he put all the warnings out there, so we should know. Don't eat the king's food.
That's
don't
right.
Eat the king's food.
That's right, man. Cat's mad at me now because I say, yo, the bean and the butter and the wheat and the sugar is an illogical combination, and it's not good for you. It's going to cause fermentation, bacteria. It's going to cause It's going to be a form of breeding ground for disease within your body.
And they
mad. A lot of people mad. You attacking the Navy bean? No. I'm attacking your sense of food combined. That's not right and exact.
That's right.
All right, that's not. Those things, a bean and sugar and bread don't go together.
Yeah.
That's going to cause all types of fermentation and gas and plaque, and it's going to be plaque all over the place, and they don't even digest at the same time. They don't even think about a bean as a carbohydrate and a protein already.
Right.
And you're going to mix that with another carbohydrate, like a fake carbohydrate like wheat, and a neurotoxin like sugar, and some dairy, with some nitrogen dairy too.
And some butter too.
But that's what I'm saying. Yo, that is a toxic soup. You're going to make a pie, make it with some fruit and some grain, all right? Not a bean and grain.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And that resistance.
And this ain't, like I said, it's not an existential crisis. We have to adapt to new information. We're supposed to be right up to modern times. That means we're supposed to be able to, we take the teachings and we're supposed to test it and experiment on it and make sure it's right and exact. We ain't got to believe nobody. Right. You ain't got to trust nobody. All this stuff is easy to confirm now. Don't get mad at somebody because they can confirm it, like, that's wrong. That don't mean nothing. My faith is not that weak. I had to lose all faith in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad because something he said was incorrect today. You gonna throw your children out because they said something incorrect? I don't love you no more, child. You got a 60 on your man for it. I don't love you. I hate you now. You know what I'm saying? That's a crisis of faith. That shows you you have a weak understanding of truth, number one. the scientific method, number 2, and definitely you don't know who God is. Because God is going to try and experiment and correct.
Mm.
All right.
Right.
If it's incorrect and it's not working, then we have to do something else.
And actually, I look at what is the truth as that's his complete holy book that is even beyond what's written on the page, because it's irrefutable.
Because ain't no holy
It
books.
can't be confused with, for me.
The only holy book is you. You the holy book. Or in the sky, the universe. That's the holy book. Those have to be confirmed through that. Not through paper, not by the word. That's not the word. They got to be confirmed through nature. Then that'll show you what's holy. Because holy means not mixed, diluted, or tampered with.
I agree with you on that. But at the same time, there are things that have been said in those books that are happening.
Oh, no doubt. I'm not concerned about. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying that don't make them holy. Holy. They're not.
Oh, okay.
These are books.
Mm-hmm.
And how can a book be holy but you not be holy? It don't make no sense.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm not holy.
You have to be holy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
You have to be holy.
Mm.
You can't ascribe holiness to a book, a piece of paper.
Mm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound up by people that are not holy.
Mm.
So you're gonna let your holy book in the hands of the unholy. Come on, I'm just saying. Just keep it real.
Okay.
Keep it real. Everything got to be confirmed through nature, experimentation. That's how God works.
Mm.
All right. He don't show and tell. He show and prove. He don't show and right. He show and prove. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I show forth my power as being a true and living God, all wise and righteous, by my actions and the results.
Mm.
That's how it's done.
Okay.
All right. We're not here to worship nobody. All right.
Should I go to the comments?
Oh, you can go to comments. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Come and thank you for listening, family. Let's see now. Wait. F. Okay. Got it. And do that. And I like it better over here at the comments. I like that black.
Make that change.
Okay, go away. And there we go. Pop out the chat.
What's going on in the chat?
That. Greetings.
Peace, family.
You family. I'm just going to give a big general greetings because it's a joy to see you all. So to everybody that I'm
Gwen B in the house.
By, yeah, Gwen B, Warrior Status.
They saw Peace Squad.
They saw
Warrior Status.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea, peace.
Oh, I'm glad you joined, Queen. I'm so glad. And come on now, don't get stuck on me now. Don't get all weird.
Jai Africa?
Oh yes, this is Jai Africa.
Peace,
That
peace.
Queen, she don't mess around.
Peace.
She up there making her liposomal vitamin C and taking it on the
Go
regular.
ahead. That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's up? Get you some D3. Need to get you some of that deep pine power that I got on the site too. That'll definitely give you a boost.
Yeah.
That pine power with that liposomal vitamin C. Great combination.
Thank you so much, Sister Gwen B, for putting the link there.
Yeah.
25,000yearscycle.net. I really appreciate that. And I just, what I wanted to add to my king is saying is, I know when he did the genealogy on my family and on his family, there's no cross connection going on anywhere. Yet we're in the same house with, different physiologies. He's got this sense height, and I know it's his extra melanin. It's not extra, it's just natural, it's human. But he could smell and he can hear and he can taste things at a heightened impact. And I wish I had that, but it is what it is. At the same time, we're both experiencing stellar health. And our diets are slightly different.
Men and women are not supposed to eat the same anyway.
Oh, well, there you go.
There's male and female foods.
But I know that each step of the way, that healing is just a gift. It's there for you also, not just us. That's what I'm trying to emphasize, is that we don't own any of this. And as that was the thing that propelled me forward, was as soon as all these ailments that I just assumed were part of my personality were going away one after the other. I never wanted to look back again because there is nothing so sublimely amazing as feeling healthy and waking up every day and getting to an age now where people are just like taking it as a given that you're supposed to move a little slow, talk a little bit less life in you. I got a little pain over here.
Mm.
And I'm just like, I ain't got none of that. And I used to when I was younger and eating all the crap. I used to. And so I'm just like, it's exactly what the Creator said. He comes to give life and more abundantly. And it is through us sharing the knowledge so that we can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what time it is. Yeah, it's just a little help for people that's trying to do their thing for the new year. There's so much more to this health thing, for real. But you got to start somewhere. And it starts with understanding that you have power that you're not tapping. And you can connect to it through prayer and meditation easily and proper diet. But you can't think like the enemy and eat like the enemy and be like us. All right?
Yeah.
It ain't going to work. You got to eat like yourself and be like yourself. Accept your own and be yourself. All right? That means you have your own diet, you have your own nitrogen, you have your own needs. And once you establish those, and like I said, you start with the food list. You start the food list and you work on something to clean out that gut so you can clean those epithelial cells so you can start getting some nutrition in you.
Right.
And then with the cleaning up with the GI sweep, then you can start sweeping out some of those pathogens, those worms and those bacteria and those what's that stuff that goes over here?
Plaque?
It's a plaque. I forgot what they call it. Start with a C.
Oh.
I forgot it. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I know there's so many words going around in my head. Yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many. Yo, you got to clean that stuff out. Because if you don't get it out, it's going to start taking over all you. That's why you got so many cravings and you eat and you're hungry and you eat and you're hungry. And, you know what I mean? It's just you're just going to do all these surges of insulin, which is going to suppress your ability to be satiated. All right, and it's going to jack up your diet. It's going to keep your diet, you keep you eating constantly, and it's just not good for your health. It's not going to be good for your health. Uh-huh.
All right.
Any questions?
I don't think so.
No?
I think folks would have said something earlier. Let's see, you and the person share body fluids exchange. I think it's just, self-evident.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to break that down. It's there for the record, so you can watch anytime you want. That's a little something. That's just a little sample of stuff we went through in class.
Oh, yeah.
We go hard up in class.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to probably do a class at the end of the month. Because I don't think I could do it every week, but I don't think I want to do it every week right now.
I hope not, because that is a lot to take in. And I attribute that class because I'm like everybody else. I stopped exercising for, I don't know, I didn't exercise for about 2 weeks. And when I get in that phase, I start panicking. And your class, and also Sister Gwen B, you were talking about how it was inspiring you. And I suddenly had all I needed to the very next day get up and do what I needed to do for my exercise. And I haven't stopped. I'm sure there'll be times, but also what you were saying is that there's going to be times when you fall off.
Oh, no
and
doubt.
You forgive yourself for
no
that.
No doubt.
And you get back to it. And so that's the way that I'm looking at it, because the healing is so incredible.
Yeah.
I have no intention of giving that up if it's in my power to do so.
Yes, and it is in your power to do so. That's what this is about. I'm showing you where your power's at.
Right.
Your power's already in you. You got to turn it on. Everything you're doing right now is cutting off your access to the power that you need to do what needs to be done.
Right.
You got Oprah. You buying that secret from Oprah and all that shit. Dude, that stuff. Come on. That's not the secret.
Right.
That's not the secret. We giving you the secret. All right. But you ain't lining up over here to get the secret, though. See, you're lining up over these Negroes, these foolish people on these fake health gurus talk about alkaline everything, which is silly.
I know, right?
Sea boss everything, which is silly.
They
Most of them could not even talk about this stuff I'm talking about.
Oh, you made me think. Okay, I saw a picture. Even when they are trying to hide stuff, every now and then they'll, oh wait, I know where I could get. No, I don't want to get it from. Yeah, I can't get it from here. Even when they're trying to hide stuff, they wind up showing their hand and what's going on. And I downloaded a photo. What is it? What? Oh, okay. No, I don't want to do that. Why is that doing that? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get it from over here instead. Let's see. Is that it? No. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'll have to just do a separate share. We're showing filtered water and how they use mussels in the filtered water. Oh, I know how to get it. Okay. Sorry about that, family. I got to get this photo. Okay, here we go. Radiation. There it is, right there. Yeah. Okay. Talking about the sea moss. It'll come up in a sec.
Are you sharing this?
You know what? Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I am sharing.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. Because I haven't unshared.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ah, there it is. This is polluted water that they got from some river, 2 tanks filled, and they put one tank through a regular filtration process, and that's this one on the left. And then they put the other tank not through any filtration process. They just put some mussels in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
And the mussels filtered out everything. Now they thought they were, talking about something miraculous. Like, look at this. The natural biosystems clean the water better than our filtration process. But that's exactly why you should not be eating seaweed and sea moss and sea vegetables, because that's the nature of life in the waters. It's going to absorb everything. And as you are eating it with the radiation in there, that's why it could be very small amounts of radiation in the surrounding water, but in whatever seaweed, sea vegetables, or sea life you're eating, it's going to be massive quantities more. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to share, because I was just like, oh, my God.
There you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, we got, and that's the experiment anybody can do. You do that yourself. Anybody can do that experiment.
Right.
There's a lot of simple experiments you can do that can tell you what's good and bad for you. You ain't got to have a whole lot of money to experiment. What's ferment. I can tell you, it's easy to tell broccoli's bad for you. You set it out there for an hour.
Yeah, I know. If
it's gonna start gassing and stinking.
You got to throw the garbage out real quick.
It's fermenting. It's turn the gas on you. It's toxic. That's what's going to turn the gas inside your gut. That means it's going to rob your body of oxygen.
Wow.
Which means you're going to rob your cell of oxygen. Which means you're going to put yourself in a potential cancerous state. Duh. All right. This is all simple stuff.
Yeah. It's
all simple stuff. But they didn't teach it. The European never taught you how to add. 1 + 1 is 2. He never taught you like that. He never taught you like that.
Yeah, that's why they even came up with that new math that was so extra complicated, because they wanted to deter and discourage the students from ever wanting to learn math, simple math.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You are math.
There you go.
Math is nothing but a language. It explains the physical world. That's all you're doing with math.
Right.
It's not a science. It's just a language.
Right.
I want to put a roof on a house. Well, how much wood do I need? How much I do? That's all just math. You still got to put the roof on.
But you want to put it on.
Exactly what I'm saying. But you got to do the math first. Exactly. You got to know how much, when to do it. I mean, but that's just math. That ain't going to excuse you from the work. Right. So the mathematician's not the scientist. The carpenter's the scientist. Because they're executing. Right?
Right.
The guy who built the house did the work. The bank is making all the money. See, that's how backwards everything is. You think the builder would make the most money? No, the banker makes more money on selling you a house than the builder of the house does. This world is backwards, fam.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. But that's it. I just want to drop that right quick for the record.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on in and listening. And may you experience what is in your nature.
Yeah.
We're
gonna rename this. It's gonna be called "It's Not Your Fault You're Fat."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, King.
With Juicy on there. That'll work out.
Okay. Peace.
All right. Peace.
I love you.
Yeah, it's not your fault you're fat. You've been